Hey YouTube, and welcome to this week's Monday Fix video. This week I have for you the Winter Wonderland book tag. When it is cold outside, there is nothing I love to do more than spend an afternoon on my couch curled up under my blankie with a cup of tea, Earl Grey hot, and a good book. Now, last week I read a little piece of one of my recently discovered favorite books, being The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Which is about a girl and death, as you can see from the cover. It is a must-read. It is an absolutely beautiful book. And I'm not going to do any spoilers or anything, but read this book. Definitely read it. If you haven't already, read it. It'll make your week. Then again, you might want to keep some tissues at hand because you might need them. Next up, Dan Abnett's The Founding and Dan Abnett's The Saint. Yes, Warhammer 40k. I am a big fan of Warhammer 40k books. Dan Abnett may not be my most favorite writer because he tends to employ plot devices which I really don't like, but I have to admit that The Founding and The Saints, which are all about the Tanith First, he does a good job. The books are enticing. The books really drag you in, and after reading all of these books in one go, I basically read these books in a week, you really start to feel like you're part of the Legion, you're part of the Tanith First. I also did a blog post about these and the next two books I'm talking about, and I'll put the link in the description box down below. So like I said, the next two books I also did blog posts about, and I am talking about Guilty Pleasure books, Bridget Jones' The Omnibus, and Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy, because it doesn't always have to be high-standing literature. Sometimes you just want to read for fun, and I find that Helen Fielding's Bridget Jones books are just the thing on those days. Then, last but not least, I recently went on vacation in London, and in one of the bookshops I visited there, I picked up a copy of Neil Gaiman's The Graveyard Book. Now, this is an absolutely fun book. I could not put this thing down. Now, luckily, it's a very thin book, as you can see, and yes, it's a bit worn already. It's a really thin book, well, especially if you're a fast reader like me, but I love this. I could not put this down. It's a slow-paced story, and yet it never gets boring. It stays entertaining. So, if you don't know what to do on a cold winter's day, pick up any of the books I just mentioned and have some fun. As always, I'm wishing you a nice week, and I'll see you next Monday.